So this is a movie notes video for 2017 film Logan, and I watched it today, Friday, 3 May 2024, same day I'm filming this video. I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, and yesterday, this is the final movie from this week's movie watch list. I did not do a movie notes video for the movie I watched yesterday, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, because it's the second time I've watched that movie and had kind of absolutely nothing to say. I was like, I remember watching it the time before yesterday and being like, this is a weird movie. I legitimately have nothing to say. And I watched it yesterday and it was about the same. And there's this was actually one that went the opposite way. When I saw this before this viewing, there was like a lot of stuff I was thinking about. It's like, it was very cognitively engaging, and this time I was like, I think it kind of like one thing kind of stood out to me. So I was just kind of like, okay, and what is this movie about? So this is my description from this viewing is a fiction film about Logan in X-Men as Wolverine. So, you know, like a stage name, the X-Men had X-Men names. So his X-Men name was Wolverine, real name Logan. And this movie is about his journey finding his daughter named Laura. There's the initial finding of a person in physical form, but then there's also like the discovery of what her temperament is like and stuff. And the one note I kind of had from this viewing was the science sad of when I was growing up, maybe for 20 years, so I was born approximately in 1993, is kind of worn off. And this was one of the videos where I think it actually kind of substantially hit me the first time and this time viewing it. So that did not go away. Before this, it was a lot about scientific experimentation and scientific terminology and stuff like that. And in this video, if you've seen it, do you remember the term they used for their type? So Wolverine and his daughter, Laura. They are a type where if they get an injury, the injury goes away, so to speak. So what was the term they used in this video for this type of adaptation or whatever? Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels. And I remember watching this back the time before this and being like, heels, huh? I guess we're entering the day and age of a longer societal arc, or could be, of religion and spirituality and stuff. And so it was interesting. I was like, there was a huge tone change from kind of the X-Men movies that came out when I was growing up. Heels instead of some scientific spontaneous regeneration kind of stuff, right? Which is very jargony, you know, I think. So it's like heels. Well, my parents have 2 of their friends over, Scott and Sue, and they got back from a five-week road trip in Southern California, and they got me a present. And this is the present they got me. It's a little bird with a flower in it, and it says, "Blessings are all around us." And I thought this was in the spirit of healing. And then they got me a card. And step 1, coffee. And it says, Tanis, whether it's coffee, tea, or another beverage of choice, whatever fuels your rocket to keep your soul and spirit soaring. You are in our thoughts and prayers often, so here's to step 2. And step 2, change the world. And it says, your pal and co-heart, love, Scott and Sue, May 3, 2024, which is the date they did today. And so it was like healing, inspired by the movie. And my parents, they're actually downstairs having dinner with my mom and my dad. How about me? What's something I need to heal and something I need heart in? How about healing with my soulmate and or soulmates from being sexually assaulted in the past, and what might that look like? So let's say I move in with a man who has chased me all the way to Seattle, Josh Kerr, and he's been living here for multiple years. He's been very patient with me. So let's say he comes and he's like, you know what? Maybe I want her to move in, and I really want to help her heal. And so he comes on his own, and he's like, I got a flying squirrel, but I might hide the flying squirrel. Maybe I'll ship it to Scotland, and I want the squirrels from the backyard, Tanis, but like, so maybe we'll ship those squirrels off to Scotland, so they have a safe home and they can go through any rehabilitation and healing and getting accustomed to living indoors that they need, and they're safe, but they maybe aren't at our house. But maybe I move in with him in that way in Seattle somewhere, and maybe we. Maybe the place has 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms. If it's a 1 bedroom, you know, when the air conditioning breaks down at my parents' house and you know, my mom can handle it and my dad and Kona dog can't, is that 1 bedroom, if it's just 1 bedroom, is it a California king-size bed, so it has room for me, Josh Kerr, Kona dog, and my dad? And if it's a 2 bedroom, then if dad has to sleep over with Kona dog, so then is it Josh Kerr, Kona dog, dad in 1 room and me in another room? Or is it 3 rooms, Josh Kerr, me, and then dad and Kona dog? And then part of having somebody who will be patient with me and help me heal and not rush me and not hurt me, being like, he knows to take the lead and be like, you want to sleep in my room tonight, kind of thing, right? And then, so that'd be very cool, and just sleeping in the same room. Right, so that'd be part of healing. And then maybe we do grocery shopping at PCC community markets in Higgins. And if we have to go to Hagen, maybe it's like, you know, we go one of the days of the week. Maybe we shuffle our work schedule and or schedules. So, right, if he's working in, depending on if I work in what type of work I have, right, shuffle our schedules so we can go during the week so it's not as busy. Go to Hagen once a week or twice a week if it's a busy week, kind of thing, to get some of the groceries, like if we have to go all the way out to Lake Stevens to the closest Hagen or something like that, and drive the groceries back from Hagen, and then kind of PCC community markets. I know we eat out a lot at Burgermaster and Kid Valley, and I get to go to work with him, and maybe I have work of my own. Maybe he says sometimes, and the work is flexible, and if I have work in that lets me go and watch him, and if either of us have any medical problems, we can work through them together. And then my wedding might look a little different, like, yeah. And are we at the track at the University of Washington sometimes, and do they let us bring his flying squirrel so we can do squirrel dashes? You know, does the squirrel do dashes? And then at night, Nico Young runs and attracts all of the screaming Harry Styles fan type spectators, and we get our peace and quiet, and people learn to respect us. It'd be very cool. And maybe we YouTube, and maybe he's like, but I want to be on your channel, and I want to film some of the videos and stuff. That'd be healing. Be a healing pathway. And maybe the Ryan Tedder, that was the soulmates which Sarah Sostrom invoked back in 2001. Maybe I take that Ryan Tedder, and maybe Josh Kerr is my dad's movie-going friend, and Ryan Tedder is my dad's concert-going friends, and maybe he even attends church with my mom and dad sometimes and sings, and he gets my mom to sing, and she gets into the choir, church choir someday. One day, and then stays, because he's taught her well to sing. So there we go. It got me thinking, right? Healing. That's something that it took a spiritual turn, so let's talk about healing. And for those of us who are not capable of doing what Wolverine does, and just, you know, have the body push out bullets, and there's no problem anymore. No. Yes. I'm still healing from injuries over a decade ago, so there we go. So those are my movie notes on Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. Those are my movie notes on Logan, 2017 film, 3 May 2024 viewing. And as a reminder from Scott and Sue, blessings are all around us. And just say they're my parents' friends, but they're my friends too.